Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to our second panel discussion. Before we start, I'd like to mention that we do have a graphic illustrator in the house, so keep an eye out for that. Okay, my name is Emily. I'm from Cyprus. I'm very excited to have such a fantastic panel here for us today. They all have a very real variety of perspective that they're going to share with us today. And demonstrate how young people make a difference in the digital world.
Hello, my name is Guilherme. I'm 14 years old. I'm from Portugal. Today, we will have young people that since always have played a big role in the internet, but over the years, they've had more and more spotlight. Today, we want to give young people voice, not only with our big youth panelists, but also with a panel that the CIF Youth Advisory Group put together today. This panel has a real variety of perspectives with a number of inspirational young people. Each of them, in their own remarkable way, demonstrates the difference the young people can really make in a digital world. Today with us, we have Bianca Adam. She has been a content creator for over 10 years. She's the biggest female YouTuber in Romania with over 3.5 million followers in all her social media. Also, we will have Kate Grant. She is the first ever Irish model with Down syndrome. Her journey is really inspiring.
We also have with her mother, Deirdre Grant, who advocate for inclusion and diversity. And we also have with us Tereza Kráčmarová, who is a little bit different from our panel, but she still has some very valuable perspective. She's a media literacy educator and head of Fakescape Association. So I'd like to open a question to the whole panel about whether you could talk to us about your work and your experience in your field. If we could start with you, Kate.
Hi everyone, I'm Kate Grant. I'm from North Ireland. I am 25 years old. I am the first official model in Ireland and UK. I had a Down syndrome. My journey is a challenging one. I was a challenge as the suicides, pre-eruptions of people with disabilities. I believe not different is beautiful, not less. With this brief and a determined and a deep praising in my way, this me in the board here. I take place on my way. I bring awareness for inclusion and diversity to modeling world and beyond. Before I had a social media platform, I was thought of someone of no worth or attentions. And after just one post started this change overnight. Not only for me and the post, no question. For people with Down syndrome and with disability is included in diversity. The post in no question has posted by my mum. That's my mum here. On my social media was a formal photo, and it went viral for days. Shortly, I was invited to the radio shows or catwalk in Belfast or London Fashion Weeks. which is a huge achievement. This encouraged me, and my mission is to help society change their thoughts of people with disability and become aware of that what they can do and what they couldn't do. Please don't judge. A book is not in a cover. I come here today to let you know I am a model to raise awareness for this. I have a voice for who can't have a voice, but they're not here today. I have the same hopes, dreams, and aspirations like everyone else in this room. Why should I be treated differently? And my quote is, different is beautiful, not less. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. If we could open the same question to the rest of the panel. So could you describe your work to us, your experience in your field?
Sure, thank you. Thank you for your amazing speech, and also thank you for inviting me here. I'm glad that I can be here and talk about my work because I work as a media literacy educator, and I'm a president of the association Fakescape that we created like 5 years ago. And basically what we do is that we teach media literacy, cybersecurity, and digital skills via games. So we go to schools, we've visited almost 400 schools, we have workshops in Czech language, but also in Slovak, English, and Polish. And we are trying to reach as many people as possible. We started with workshops for students, but at this moment we also target younger people or younger children, but also elderly people or basically anyone, because our games are also available to anyone. So anyone can, for example, buy our card games or download our workshop sheets and just do the games by themselves with their families, with their friends. So that's basically what we do. Why? Because we feel that there is a lot of disinformation, misinformation, hoaxes online. And also we feel that it's even more important to teach these things while everyone is on social media. And there is a lot of this kind of false information on social media, and every young person can be targeted by that and can actually believe anything what's online. So that's why we do that. We had to adapt a bit because we really started with media and how to, for example, deal with information on media, on newspapers. At this moment, we focus more on social media, on TikTok, on Instagram Reels, or other platforms that are more popular within young people. Thank you.
Bianca, can you briefly describe your work as an influencer, and particularly what you are doing on the topic of well-being?
For sure. First of all, I want to thank you for the invitation and for everything that you do to make the world a better place. And also, thank you guys for your stories. They are really amazing and fulfilling. So, hi, I am Bianca, or as people may know me better, Tequila. The mood, not the drink. I am a online content creator for already more than 10 years. And I started on YouTube, which established my name somehow, and which probably I will never leave. Currently, because we need as content creators to adapt, I'm online on every platform. But over the years, I tested several type of content in various niches. But at the core, everyone had the same purpose: to make my audience feel the well-being that I'm giving in those creations. Two of my biggest personal projects are on YouTube. One of them is called Object Hunt or Treasure Hunt, where I invite two teams of public persons. They have to compete with each other, give each other a list of 5 random objects. They have to find them, and when I say random, I mean really random, like things on the street, from people from the street and everything like that. And the other one, my loved one and the hardest to make, is called Romania Express. They have also 2 teams, a blue one and a red one, formed of public persons that I invite. They have to leave Bucharest to arrive in another city, but by hitchhiking. They have to do a bunch of challenges, hard challenges. And for this project, I now have a team of almost 20 people, because it is a lot of work for this type of productions. But for my soul, I also approach subjects on my YouTube channel that are about therapy, about self-development, and so on, because I really think it is important, if I grow, to show them the way I grow, what I learn. And currently I'm also a student in the University of Psychology in Bucharest. I applied to this one just because I want to understand my community better, to understand their personalities and how can I help. Also, because of that, 1 year ago, I made a short documentary that is called How I Cured My Anxiety, this being one of the problems of our generation. I truly believe that it is important to support the direction of a safer internet for my audience, because there are bad things, there are bad sides, and I also think that there is solutions. There are solutions for them. First of all, following the internet as a small child, I realized over time that this transition from long-term videos from YouTube to short, vertical, fast and continuous format leads to an increased need of content consumption. And because of the dopamine shots that we're getting after every single video and colorful video we see. And you may say, okay, us as content creators, we need that. We want people to see our videos, to enjoy. We make views at the end of the day, everyone is happy. But things are not quite like that. Why? Because we know no excess is good. So is this with this excess of online presence. And we know that there is also a solution for this fast internet consuming. In my point of view, I know you heard that before from our mothers. They always tell us, don't stay that much on that phone. That's the problem for your headache and everything. But it is right. The best solution is to reduce the time on these scroll-based apps And for my audience, if I have to give them an advice, is to be careful who they follow. And when I say that, I don't mean that a content creator can be good or bad, but it can meet your needs or not. And at the end of the day, you have to ask yourself as a follower if you feel fulfilled or drained after everything that you consumed online in that day. And if you feel drained, you may have to clean your feed, to clean your content that you're watching. And to give a more accurate example, I'll give myself as an example. So, recently, among my YouTube videos that has a narrative, that has a story, that gives you a whole experience if you fully watch the whole video, I also posted a short vertical format in which I tried, and actually I did, some skateboarding tricks. Skateboarding being one of my passions. And my advice for my community would be, if you watch that video, if you already saw that video, try to stop and not continue to look at the next videos on my page. Try to stop and learn from that. And as you saw, myself finding my passion, skateboarding, try to follow yours. Try to divide the time in a way that you can find yourself, and by that we can understand that internet should remain a place where we get inspired to find ourselves more than we lose ourselves.
Thank you so much. I'm so sorry because we're running low on time.
Thank you.
We have 2 more questions for the rest of our panel, and that will conclude. So I'd like to ask Kate and Deirdre if you could describe any challenges you faced, especially your role as a mother. We would be very happy to hear that.
Hi everyone, my name is Deirdre and I am a mother of 4 young adults. My husband and I, John, we raised and taught our children to reach their full potential. And with Kate, it was no different. When Kate was born, the thought at that time with in society was that anyone with a learning disability had no worth to contribute to society. When Kate reached her full potential, she changed that. She put that thought on its head as she aspired to go through the glass ceiling, and she showed society just what people with a disability can do with a little bit of belief, support, and encouragement. And unfortunately for you poor people, I am just a mum, and I was forced into this world of social media where I felt like a fish out of water. I was surrounded by young people that really didn't have time to show me how to work social media. They did, you do this, 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 and that. That's all I was ever told. So I had to learn, and I was on a steep learning curve. Now, there was various challenges, especially with Kate. I had to put Kate on the various social platforms, and those social platforms were all public because she was an influencer. There was positive and negatives on each of the ends of social media, as we've all heard here this morning, and I'm not educated enough in that field to point them out, but I can only tell you from my personal experience. Social media for Kate was on the good side, it brought her more awareness globally to what is possible and to focus on what people with disabilities and learning disabilities can do. And as Kate models, she is an advocate for that. Now, on the downside, Kate has a great family network. She has 2 brothers and a sister, and they would check daily on Kate's social platforms for really hackers and hate mail. Now, as a mum, whenever you read something very detrimental that you know will have a mental impact on your daughter or would be extremely hurtful, the tagger comes out in the mother, but I don't react. I can't react because that's what that person wants you to do. We shield Kate from this. In a way, she is aware that everyone doesn't get her, and she is aware that the world is so different, and that's what makes the world beautiful. But we do look after her social media, and we try to make it as positive journey for Kate as possible.
Going back to Kate, use your online platform to advocate for inclusion and diversity for people with disabilities. Do you think that people in vulnerable groups face more difficulties online? I'd just like to ask to keep your answer in the 3 minutes limit because we're short on time.
I think she wants me to answer that. I think it's hard for anyone with a physical or learning disability to navigate around social media or to break it down into simpler forms of understanding. Now, I know there is a lot of programs out there that do have the instructions on an easier, user-friendly for people with a learning disability, and that is very helpful. And I'm so blessed that my son is actually, he is a computer scientist, and he is actually doing a program at the moment for people with a learning disability that will make things a lot easier. So, you know, I think as a mum and for teachers and anyone that has influence on people from a very young age, I think it starts from the child and in the household, that if you teach them to treat social media and social platforms with respect and always be aware of the dangers, that will follow through all through their life.
Thank you. And one last question for our panel, for Tereza. We mentioned that you are president of Fakescape, which aims to make media literacy more attractive and more fun. Could you tell us what do you think needs to be done for young people to be safe online, and where do you think that responsibility lies?
Sure, so there is more ways how to actually approach this question, so I will try to be brief and to mention everything that I think is important. So firstly, because it's a panel about influencers or with influencers, I would really say that influencers are at this time something as role models for young people. And it's very important that those people actually share information which is somehow verified and which is reliable. And also that influencers think about their influence, because it doesn't matter that we, for example, say that we cannot target advertisement online on children if the influencers still keep posting product placements of things that should not be maybe done by children. So that's one of the things. So it's influencers who can be more responsible, and I believe that some of them already are, but not all of them. The second part, I would say, is parents. And I would maybe follow on the first keynote speech that was said by Amanda, that it's important to actually talk with children and talk with them about what they do on the internet, and to build this trust and to build this safe space that when they are not sure about some information online, they will come to you as a parent and maybe ask you, what do you think about this? How can I evaluate this information? How can I actually verify it? So really make this safe space. Don't tell them that they are stupid because they believe something was wrong, but be more like, oh, I can help you with this one, and anytime you need to help, you can just approach me again. The third branch or third responsible actor are educators, teachers. I know that it's very hard to teach media literacy and digital literacy at the age where every week there is something new happening. We have AI, we have so many things that are changing so fast. So maybe even the teachers can listen more to children, actually learn from them. I know it's hard, but sometimes the children can be the best teachers when it comes to social media and what they do on them and how they work with the information online. And the last but not least, it's also something like on national or international level. Let's say some actors, let's say governments or European Parliament, European Commission. I think that it's important that those institutions communicate clearly and that they also focus on young people, because if we have clear information, we don't tend that much to actually find any alternative sources. And it doesn't apply only for adults, but also for young people and children, because if we feel that we are involved and that you communicate with us, we don't then need to search for another alternative sources. Thank you.
Just to finish, we have a question for Bianca. You have over 3.5 million followers online. What role do you think influencers like you have in empowering young people to be responsible online citizens?
So, I really believe that as a content creator, we should always be aware of the influence that we have on our communities, and to constantly research as much as possible every subject and topic that we're talking about. And I often realize that what I say, how I say it, the way I speak, the character I present, the personality I have on the camera can be easily picked up by the younger generations. So I have decided to show them the best version of myself in order to help them discover their own. And the skills I think I needed along the way were perseverance, were consistency, adaptability, self-development, and for sure the desire to evolve. And another skill that I don't know if I should call it a skill or not, but for sure it helped me on the way, was hate management, because starting at an early age, I was an easy target of hate speech and everything like that on internet, because back then the internet was not such a restricted place. So what the drive that helped me was limitless passion and understanding that other people's opinions does not define me. And nowadays, internet bullying is still present, but thanks to people that get involved, there are official support lines in Romania. for internet victims of bullying, and which I consider extremely helpful. But we have to work a bit more to live in the society we dream about, full of happy and safe people.
We now have time for some questions from the public. If anyone has any question, we're out of time already, so...
I'm so sorry. We have no time. Thank you for bearing with us. We will have one final remark, and then that will be it. We will introduce this youth panel, but for now, one final remark.
Sorry, I was trying to say something was, if you want to follow me in Instagram, Facebook, or TikTok, it's under Keep Up Model. Thank you.
Thank you everyone for this amazing share. We will now pass the stage to the Big Youth Panel 2023.